We are live from Ukraine. I'm Sean from UK4UA, and we are with volunteers who have been volunteering since the full-scale invasion. And here they prepare
I didn't realise I spoke a little bit of Ukrainian.
many supplies like camouflage netting and trench candles, whatever they can.
They look like that.
And they have a pet rat named Zaluzli, and they use this rat for fundraising. And we're with Paul from the 10th Mountain Assault Brigade.
Had my last operation on that a month ago.
And as you can see, many volunteers working in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, here giving up their time to help the defenders, all their material that they use to make this camouflage netting. And again, you see these fantastic burners, and we come across one of these in the Kiev gardens, where we dropped off Bruce Tree, and as you can see, the design of this is designed for convection and get as much heat out of it as possible. But these are fantastic. They're giving lots of heat, and I assume they're drying nuts here to go out to the defenders. You know, it's fantastic. So, is okay on live? Yes, yeah. So we're here with Jenny as well, of course, and Father Yuri. Now, Father Yuri is a key volunteer, and we've just dropped off supplies to the church here, and as you can see, and we've got some other volunteers here as well.
This is the borscht.
This is dry borscht, our Ukrainian borscht, you know it. So this is dry ingredients, and our guys, our soldiers, they just put water, and also some meat, canned meat. This also contains it. And so when they're there at the front, they just use some hot water.
Smells delicious.
And well, they're
dried. And just add water.
Yes,
So fantastic.
Our guys say that it was
one portion. How many? Two. Two people.
It's a bit of
5 liters water.
5 liters.
Yeah,
it's absolutely natural.
Wow, that's a good
It doesn't
portion.
contain
Big.
any of this
How-
modified or
Additives, it's got no additives.
Yes, no additives, yes, absolutely. And this package is for five people, I guess. 5 liters.
5 liters.
Yes, 5 liters, yes. 5 liters.
How many people eating 5 liters?
Ooh, 10?
Yeah, it's
10 people?
difficult to imagine. but
Hot,
it's-
very hot.
Depends how hungry.
Yeah. And also there's a soup. Yes,
Yeah.
soup. You see, there's some porridge inside.
How many people would that be for? About 5?
5 liters.
5 liters.
Yes, 5 liters soup.
Yes. 5 liters, you know, so all this cabbage
Yeah.
and carrots, so all like soup at home, like you're doing it, but they're dry. They've all been dried.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all dried, and you know, it's light because, you can drive them this borscht at the top, but in this format, you know, that it's good. So it really helps.
And I can see you've got dried fruit as well.
Dried fruit, yes,
which is
nuts,
something.
fruit, yes, different types of nuts,
And that will give them a lot of protein.
yes, but you know, also oats. We have some people that are doing this, you know, some kind of mixture of nuts and fruits.
Yeah.
And sometimes when guys don't have time to eat,
Я вас не слышу.
Yeah, I went to where they
всередину, да, воду.
Всередину воду.
Here you can put water inside.
We went
Yeah,
you close
Люда,
it.
борщ,
Yeah.
Станиславский борщ.
we tried it, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Ah.
And it was very good. It was very
Yes,
good.
of course. Well, we can compare it to the usual one, but still, when there, it really helps.
How long have you been doing this? How long?
Oh, Well, the girls, they have been doing it starting from 25th. 25-го?
Що 25-го?
З 25 лютого стали ще займатися.
З 25-го?
They started first. It was at school. They were making these nets, the same we're doing right now. And then, step by step, it turned into such a huge, enterprise, if we may say so. And well, but the war is still continuous, and we need to fight. We need to be strong, and our guys need help all the time. They need not only nets, but also food, and also, we have this a lot of donations. Right now, we have our donation. We are funding money for these drones, 15 FPV drones. And how many we still have?
15 дронів.
Скільки у нас залишилось до слова? Скільки треба ще?
Ми закрили. Ми сьогодні тільки що закрили.
Just Alena told that luckily we gathered this money.
We've closed that fundraiser because we've just been looking at a shower unit, a mobile shower unit, and we're going to try and raise some money to finish that. I think is 100,000 hryvnia to get that finished, and that's a four person at a time with washing machines. A fantastic facility. What made you volunteer? Why are you here? Why are you not just at home or working, dealing with your family?
Well, I think you're familiar with the situation. Well, the thing is, I'm from Lugansk, if you know where is it, and I'm this displaced person for the second time already. In 2015, the war started in the east of Ukraine, and I was there, and I had to run away because, well, I at that time I knew what was happening, but a lot of people they were fooled by this propaganda, And I moved to another city, Severodonetsk, if you heard about it. I started working there, and my family was also there. But in 8 years, it started again, But right now, it's a huge full-scale invasion, and my husband, he's also a civilian. He's also a soldier, and so he was made to come here in Frankivsk, and we found ourselves here, and so I had a wish. I had to do something, to have donations. That's okay, but I also wanted to make some personal contribution, to do something with hands. And then I started to look for, because the whole country is doing it in every city, every region. And and then luckily I found girls, because my eldest son, he is in 11th form, and in this parents chat, I found the announcement that we need your hands, because we have so many few of these nets waiting for us. And I came here, it was more than a year ago. And I'm really glad that I can do something. There is my contribution. But what more I like here, that a huge, so great people with such big hearts, and we are doing the same thing. And it helped me psychologically to stay strong. Because for the second time, when we, I was not, I thought that I was ready for that, because I heard these bombs. Well, I knew what was that starting from 2014, but it turned out to be that. Well, I cannot forget it, and still it was again. It came back to me, and psychologically I was not in a good state, and I felt that if I'm in such a state, I wouldn't be able to help my family, to help my kids, because they look at me, they see my condition, and it doesn't help them a lot. So when I found this wonderful, great people here, it really helped me. And we have a family here, really, because my house is ruined and I have no place to come back. And here is my home, because right now I can choose where or what city to choose to live in Ukraine. And I'm really glad to be here in Frankivsk. That's a great city, really. And the people, I think that our Ukrainian people have really not only big warm hearts, but also we are strong, not only men, but also women and children. Because here also we have a lady here, and her son, he's a teenager, and he is helping Vasil to make these candles here. So, and also the bracelets, they're making the bracelets they sell to get some money, So everybody is like a huge family.
So you were, what was your first language when back in 2014?
Russian.
And they came to save you.
You know, frankly speaking, I was really surprised how some people in my city, native city Lugansk, we divided. Because I'm really was surprised. People who had high education, who were educated enough, who were smart enough, but they were not able to analyze, to have this critical thinking, and they believed somehow that people from the west of Ukraine are going to come there and kill them for them speaking Russian. I was trying to talk to my friends. What? Well, are you nuts? Well,
When did it happen?
It was in 2014.
No, yeah, but when did people from the west come and kill people? Never. So they were scared.
You know, well,
Who made them scared?
It's a phenomenon. I don't. It was a propaganda. It was, step by step. For some people, it was even they didn't notice how they were under the influence of it.
Yeah.
But what is really for me is surprising. How it is. Where is this division line? Some people are aware that it's propaganda. That it's something crazy things that people are telling you, but other people, for some reason, believe that it is true. And then, with the help of their hands, Russia invented all this so-called civilian conflict, like they were telling it. But in 2014, the whole other countries of the world were not aware that it was not a civil conflict. That it was real the beginning of the invasion, but only
conquest.
But for me personally, well, after the Crimea, it was clear that it was
annexation.
Yes, annexation, and I know, it's really I'm sad to admit that all other countries. I'm not talking about people of Ukraine because we are there in the east. I can say right now that we are under the influence of propaganda for a long time. We were here in the West, we have this, people always spoke Ukrainian. We have these symbols, emblems, and it was allowed to do so. But there in the East, our native language was Russian, and all this, little pieces of Ukraine, it was hidden somewhere. They were trying to hide it. It was not like, we were teaching. I'm a teacher as my profession. So we were speaking Ukrainian, we were taught Ukrainian, but it was not like, like on the paper we were part of Ukraine, but in fact we were greatly influenced by Russia. We were almost...
Culture was suppressed, really, wasn't it?
But yes, it was, right now I understand it, but now, all the masks, they fail, also for all the masks, people see clearly what is happening, but not everyone, of course, but here in Ukraine, I think that gradually in every region, we still have a lot of Russian-speaking regions, but I can explain that because it's your mother tongue. You cannot choose it. What is a mother tongue? When the child is born, the first language he hears, so it's his mother tongue. And when you are speaking your native language for so many years, you know that you don't know that it's bad. You know that it's the language of the conqueror, of invader. Because for you it's mother tongue, and that's all. But right now, what I can say for myself, here I'm really glad that right now I'm speaking Ukrainian. My little son, he never uses Russian even at home.
And why is that? Why do you not want to speak Russian anymore?
I think it's something psychological. Well, I still think in Russian or mixture of languages, but psychologically, I don't want to have anything in common with. I know maybe in time it will change.
And you're not the first person I spoke to back in the spring of 22. I spoke to a lady in Ternopil who had to come from Kharkiv, and she was desperate to learn Ukrainian. She was so angry with what the Russians had done and forced her from her home and destroyed her home, and she just didn't want to speak it because she didn't want to have anything in common with these people who were capable of doing that to apparently their countrymen.
But if speaking of, I think in time it will pass, because personally I think that Russian doesn't belong to Russian Federation only. It's a language, and we have, even different types of Russians, because the Russian we spoke in the east of Ukraine is different from the one that is spoken in Moscow, for example. And it's not the language, but right now it's a trigger. It's really it's better not to use it here, for instance, because here mother tongue is Ukrainian, and we need to, be polite to people.
And that's even more because of the invasion. I think there's less Russian speakers in Ukraine now
Absolutely.
as a result of the invasion. So
Yeah.
they've totally done the opposite, you know.
Yes, yes. So
Just-
they failed, all their plans failed.
So now we're going
Here-
to just have a look at, if you can just narrate for us what we're looking at, and I'll follow you, we'll follow you round.
Yeah, so here where the candles, this is Vasily, you know him already.
Yes.
So,
And the gentleman's been volunteering, how long have you been volunteering?
Ну, так само, спочатку.
Я з 14
Starting from 2014,
Yeah.
so for 10 years already, because a lot of people started volunteering back in 2014, because the war is continued for 10 years to be exact, not just
No,
for this.
the full-scale
Not just-
invasion,
full-scale invasion,
and the
yeah.
yes, and that's what people need to understand. This is not something that only started, in 22.
Yes.
I mean, really after Maidan, they've seen that Ukrainians wanted a say in their, future, and I think Putin was concerned that because Ukrainians spoke Russian. Russian, the relatives will see that. Hang on a second. The standard of living is so much better in Ukraine. Why don't we have all these things? I think that's one of the reasons why he was so scared, of Ukraine having closer ties with
To have
Europe
an example by your side, yes. and for
higher
people to
standard of
compare, yes,
higher standard of living, and it's just But yeah, tell us about these fantastic trench candles you've been making. How many have you made, and how do you make them?
Я їх спитаю, як просто як ви пробуєте. Ну, картон, да? So it contained, this piece of paper.
So the cardboard.
It is
A wick.
in circles,
Yeah.
and then there's I forgot how to tell this, inside to put it.
A wick. I think we call them like a candle, a wick.
A wick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Super.
Vasil is going to show you
Yes,
how
it'd
it
be
is made.
fantastic.
So this is a can, usual can. It can be from corns, from anything.
Can of
Just sweet
corn.
corn, for instance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything will do. This is corn. This is also.
So
I think,
volunteers donate all of their used
ask
cans.
people. Yes, we ask people not to throw them away and to bring it
Yeah.
here. And so we have a lot of packages of these cans there, and then we can use it. So people bring this here. Зроблено. Ні, там зроблено, там ні. And then you see.
Handmade to
Yeah.
size.
Yes. Yes. To adjust it, yes, to the size.
Okay.
So this is the first part of this. Теперь цей, да? Ага. So this we put you can say everything, yes, this inside. Just nothing to explain here. Very usual process.
So unwinding it and putting in a central wick.
Yeah.
Super.
The center.
And what type of is it beeswax? Is it paraffin? Is it like chemical wax? What type of material goes in?
Воск чи парафін, що це? Чи воно може бути в будь-що? Все, що є.
Ні, парафін, P2.
Paraffin P2.
Чисто.
It should be pure. This one is, ми можемо так само інше, да? Чи ні? Чи краще отакий
Краще
використовувати?
такий
This is
запах.
the best because it doesn't have any smell and, it's neutral, it's pure.
And how long do you estimate these trench candles last?
Скільки воно приблизно оці буде горіти?
5-8 годин.
From 5 to 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Все залежно від цієї накрутки, фітіль,
Yes,
накрутка.
it depends. Yes, how wide is this piece of paper, and how much paraffin is going to be put
So
inside.
this is paraffin. That's
Yes,
solid.
this is pure paraffin. Yes, solid paraffin. And then this is special. You know, you probably know this device. It's called samovar.
Is it like sorry, what's it called?
It's called well in Russian, it's probably Russian. This is also Ukrainian samovar.
Okay.
Samovar.
And what were they used for previously then?
Just to boil water, to have some tea, coffee. You just put water inside. Yes, and this is, you know, we have this. You can open it, and the water is. But now Vasil has adjusted to for this paraffin, and so it is being melted there.
Yeah.
And then, so usual process, but you know, yes, it takes time. But then our guys, our soldiers, well, really, it's great for them. They can also, you know, warm food with the help of this
Okay.
candles, not just to.
So they can cook
feel
with them
warmer.
as
Yes,
well. Yeah,
cook.
yeah.
And also we have this ovens. А де оці? Можна всередину ставити ото, що на стоїть. Буржуйки оті, да, маленькі? Туди ж теж можна цю свічку, да?
Ну,
Там вони стоять.
Це зараз покажу.
We also, you know, Vasil, and a lot of people also invented some other, you know, heat, we can say some upgrade.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Uh-huh.
they're repurposing
Yeah.
artillery shells,
Yes.
casings. Yes.
So you
yeah.
see everything. Yes, you
Yeah.
understand the process, how it helps.
So this is a very big one.
Yeah. And so great.
All right. So this catches the heat and sort of maintains the heat. And okay, so it's not a candle. It's just
Not just
like a
candle, but
cover.
also, yes, a cover, and also you can warm some food.
Okay.
You can also put coil inside and put some wood also.
Okay. So they turn them into little wood stoves as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
wood stoves, yes, and coal stove.
Ось тут є все.
The ingenuity is fantastic. And see, this little workshop is flat out at making these.
Yes. And also there's one more thing. Yes, dry showers. We used to have dry showers, you know, because well, for our guys, for soldiers, it's really a problem. Hygiene there, well, is impossible, you know, to have a shower. They can wait for this, but they need to be at least clean somehow right now, you know. So for this purpose, there is this dry shower. I think that Yuri is going to show.
Are you going to demonstrate for us, Yuri?
Як воно працює? Просто води туди додавати. Зараз я
Там є
почитаю.
все, і скажи, що ми йому даємо в подарунок, щоб він собі в дорозі, якщо треба, використовувати.
You're saying that this is you're going to have it as a gift. It is giving it to you because you can. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, while driving, well, if it is a road, you can use it. Yes, you have a long time
Super.
to
Yeah.
drive. So
2 years on the road. I've been.
You see, so this contains some water, some towels, and also some dry stuff for the body. You know, for babies they use it also to avoid this woods.
Like nappy-san?
Yes,
Nappy
like nappies.
sand.
You know this, like yes, something for like for the babies, for the nappies.
Okay.
Yes. And also for legs, and also there is some cream, some cream for to make humid.
Skin cream,
Yes. When it is dry,
moisturizers.
Yeah, I forgot this word. Thank you so much. So moisture and cream also. So you know this is going to help you while you're being on the position, and I think it will take about several minutes, and it will help you feel better. You know, of course, it can
Хлопці
become.
місяцями не миються.
Yeah, because our guys will
And
unfortunately they are not able to get to the shower for months.
It keeps them healthy as well.
Yes,
I mean, that's really
because
important.
when you are clean, then it means that you are healthy. At least, of course, it cannot be compared to usual shower, but still, it's a great
And this is
way
why
out.
it's so important to get that mobile shower funded,
absolutely.
guys. there's a mobile shower that needs 100,000 hryvnia to get it finished. The vehicles donated by Spanish volunteers. The generator from US volunteers. Volunteers here in Ukraine have built it. They've engineered it. They put water tanks in there, shower cubicles, pumps. They're going to put an electrical system in and get this finished, get it painted for the front line and get it on the road so the defenders can get a decent shower. There's going to be some washing machines in there. It's a fantastic idea. And we're going to try and get this funded now as soon as possible for them. I say weapons are really important, but also we need to keep these defenders healthy. And all these devices and innovations, trench candles and cookers and cleaning packs and dried food, it's all trying to make the conditions, these disgusting, unbearable conditions that these defenders are facing, slightly more bearable for the many months and weeks that they may be on the zero position. So we've got I see some other devices being set up here. Can you just explain to us what these are one by one?
You see, yeah, I'm gonna show you. It's the best. This is some kind of like a stove you can use. You can open this door, put the candle inside. I mean this one, the left one. Put the candle inside. Here you can see it yourself. Yes,
I can feel the heat already, actually, yeah.
Just to have some coffee, tea, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
And it works really fast.
Next.
Next,
please. Location.
And this is a much longer version.
This is used for keeping the soldiers warm inside this. Як він називається це? Я забула, як окоп.
Underground.
Yeah.
Underground. I forgot. How is it called?
It would be not so much a bunker, but it would be like a covered trench, you know.
Covered trench, huh? No.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be. You know, I don't.
Вот Sean, take.
It is. Yeah. It's already
Oh
warm,
wow!
you see.
Yeah, it's a
And I think and metal is also going to give away some.
Oh, yes.
So it's great. And
Yes.
it will work for
Yeah.
longer, for much
Yes.
longer.
А це що?
And this is the stove. So
from a gas bottle.
Yes,
Wow,
yes, that's right.
amazing! The
From
ingenuity.
Restream, I think it's something. Yes, from Gazette. And the guys updated it. You know, they cut it, and you can use it. So here you can use it for keeping the food warm and for whatever. So many different functions. Yes, soup, borscht, coffee, tea.
These are provided to the defenders free of charge.
Of course.
This is
It's
not
безкоштовно.
a business.
Yes.
No,
This
it's
is
not. It's volunteers.
volunteers.
It's volunteers. Yes, absolutely.
Our
Of course.
volunteers.
Yeah.
Це я вже
Yes.
розумію.
Um,
I understand this.
Would you believe me if I told you on the anniversary of the full-scale invasion, around the world there was millions of people came out and protested in their towns and cities
I saw
around the world. We were on the road. We were having our own rally in the van. Yeah, a rally in both senses of the word rally. Going fast, but no, there was protests in Cardiff, London, Glasgow, smaller towns.
We watched them from America, from Australia, and then some of the TV cameras or TV reports said hundreds, but there wasn't. There were hundreds of thousands of people.
We appreciate so
And that
much your
just
support. We
shows,
feel your
yeah,
support.
that support is out there, and it's just amazing to be here again. This is my second time with yourselves, my third time in with Yuri, and every time I come here, you've evolved so much more. You've designed different applications.
Yes, devices, all this. Yes.
And it's just amazing, and it just fills my heart with joy to be here and to see it.
I'm so glad.
I wish we could have met in other circumstances,
But you know, thanks to the war we met because you know I am just thinking that the possibility for us to meet in other conditions well probably
Добре.
closer. We should thank Putin for
Дякую.
this, you know.
If anything good comes out of this, is that
Yes.
many people get to meet each other. You know, I only live at 60 miles from shore, but I never knew Sean existed until we got into this system.
So it's like they say, it's fate. Yes, it is fate. Yes, it is fate.
I met Yuri's mum in Restream.
Yes, I remember you telling
And
this.
that's how
It's
my
great.
connection came. And she was coming out, and I said, "Well, I would come with you." I
Well,
wanted to
Jenny,
travel with
really,
you.
you are absolutely brave woman. I'm really, well, I'm impressed. No, to go such a long way, you know, and it's in the first time, it's the third time. Well, I'm proud that I know you, really. And you know, we feel your support. When I was watching on TV, how many people, crowds of people were supporting in this with anniversary of full-scale event. I was crying really because you know I was able to feel it. Because right now, previously, I know that when I started, well, back in the years when I started only learning English, I was speaking to a man from UK, and I said, if he asked where are you from, I told him that I am from Ukraine, and he, sorry, UK? No, it's Ukraine. It's Russia. Yeah, no, it's not Russia. Ukraine, it's not Russia.
I had the same problem in America.
Yes, when we go to places, they ask us where we're from because we speak English. They say, "You from England?" No, I'm from Wales. Yes, we're all British, but there are 4 countries, and I'm proud to be Welsh and I'm proud to be British. But first and foremost, I'm Welsh. So
yeah, that's right. But right now, you know, in your situation, yes, we have British English, Welsh English, also Australian English, and they all different English. I was speaking to, well, right now I'm speaking to you because you are people of UK, and Americans speak differently. Personally, me, I'm really, you know, my dream is to come to London. I'm dreaming about my husband.
She's from London.
He's a Londoner.
You know,
Yeah.
it's my dream, and my husband, he is a huge fan of Arsenal, this football team. I'm sending here. He was a fan for so many years, but I'm sure that one day we will come to London. And speaking of Russia and Ukraine, I'm sure that right now everyone in the world knows that Ukraine is not Russia. That there is a separate. Yes, it's due to our common history because I was born in the USSR. Because I was born in 1980, so I still remember some years of this USSR that we had a huge country, 15 republics. But you know, it was artificially made, and it was. Well, I was really glad, and I think all people were glad when it eventually ruined. But in fact, Russia, for Putin, it was his, you know, huge grief that the USSR stopped its existence. And starting from that, he had this, you know, maniac thoughts that he need to bring all those countries together again. And in fact, he didn't let any country to go farther from Russia. And when he noticed our different way Ukraine chose, you know, and he was, like you told, yes, he was, well, people started to live, well, a bit, the level of life a bit higher. And what is most important, that people were brave enough to you know, conquer, to fight this, you know,
to stand up.
Yes, to stand up for themselves. Because all these elections that were not the false elections, people in 2004. Yes, it was the first revolution in Maidan, and I think that it was a sign for him that Ukraine is moving in a different way, and so I need to do something to bring them back to Russia. Yes, under my influence, and so he started all these agents, all this. He's, you know, I can compare it with like you know, Spider-Man, with all this, you know, step by step in all spheres of our Ukrainian life. He had his people who were step by step, they were trying to use this propaganda, telling that, well, Russia is a huge country, why do you need this your separate way? But still people had this spirit of freedom inside, and they stood for this. And that's why right now we're fighting. I think that right now probably it's going to be the end of our war for independence, because we started fighting Russia for centuries ago. But right now I truly hope that it's the last war here in Ukraine, and hopefully in the whole world, because you know, war, it's so stupid, you know. Being a child, it was still difficult for me to understand that who is the winner. it turns out to be that the winner is the one who invades more land and kills more people. It's absolutely, well, it's absurd, you know, how 21st century, and we still, you know,
Backwards.
yes, I can compare it to this computer game, that there are a lot of levels, and we still, there's one level, we can just cope with it, we cannot cope with it, and we just fall again, you know, and just, right now we have an exam, I think, for Ukraine, and also I think in some way for other countries of the
I
world.
think so too.
Yeah.
I think what people don't realize that it doesn't only affect Ukraine, it affects the whole world,
Yeah,
in fact.
absolutely.
Because if he gets what he wants, he's not stopping there,
Of course.
and it opens the doors to other dictators and other leaders.
Oh,
So,
yes,
Yeah.
because it's a bit of
Next
cold here.
location,
next
please.
location.
Це і розпалювач.
This is used for
Розпалювач для вогня.
for the fire starter of the fire. Well,
Oh,
Oh,
like a
nice.
firelighter.
firelights. Yes, thank you. The
Very
firelights.
good. Very good.
All right, they cut that.
Section.
This is
Yeah.
so this square is it takes 10 minutes to start
And
the
what
fire.
else? What other materials are you
Це-
using?
Це фітільки залиті парафіном.
These are these
Так же само
wax,
стружка.
and this is paraffin. Yes, paraffin. It's paraffin, but also it's like cut a bit in small pieces.
Excellent.
It looks like it's been grated.
Yes, because it's grated. Absolutely. Yes, all these pieces of
Yeah.
paraffin and grated, and so we can have.
Fantastic ingenuity. Do you mind me asking? You mentioned your husband. You don't have to answer. Where is your husband?
He's oh, what is it called? He's a soldier, so.
So he's serving in the Ukrainian army.
Yeah. He started his service being a teenager. It was a military lyceum, then military university, and right
Okay.
now, yes, he.
And he's a career soldier.
Yes, security service. Yes.
Yes.
Security service. Right now, he can already retire, but for the war. If it was not, we didn't have war right now. Because he had more than 25 years of his service already, and he can retire. But right now, he's in service, of course, because no one retires right now. We
No.
need everyone, and you know, he also. In fact, he was born in Russia, and his parents are Russian. But right now, we're talking a couple of days ago, and he's saying, I feel really sorry that my language is Russian, because I didn't realize that we were under such an influence. But luckily, we are right now here, and I'm glad that a lot of people from the East right now are here from the West. We are united, and all the stereotypes that probably people from the West had about Eastern people, because, you know, it was all propaganda. Here, probably they were told that East people are all support Russia, all of us, but it's not like that. And right now, I think that people from the West see it, and we also people who maybe had such a thought that something is going to happen here because their native language is Russian. They see that it's bullshit. I'm sorry, because, well, we are all together. Here we have a lot of people also displaced, just like me, who came from the East, who our houses are ruined already because we don't have anywhere to return, and the territories are occupied right now. But here we have a new home, and we are doing the common scene. And you know, I think that the unity of Ukrainian people right now, it's really it's huge. It cannot even, it's impossible to describe. And I think that this unity helps us to stand, to feel strong, to continue doing this. Of course, we are tired because 2 years of the third year began. But you know, we don't have any other choice but to win, because if the option win or the Ukraine will be destroyed. No, there would be no Ukraine. Okay, we can.
Let's go.
Sorry,
Next
let's go.
location, please. Come.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, maybe I'm talking
Дякую.
so much.
No, thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, it's very hard for you.
Do you remember these, Jenny, in Kyiv?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were at the
The Aviv.
Kyiv
Sorry.
Botanical Gardens. That's the word I was looking for.
The heat inside. Yes, I do.
Because
Amazing things.
the power cuts unfortunately meant that they couldn't heat them.
Yeah.
So these fantastic heaters. You see, we've got some more volunteers here making material for nets. Dobry den. Fantastic job. Дуже добре.
Добре. I'm gonna join you, Dina, if you're not.
Кажи, що я тебе прошу дуже.
Just Yuri, he's asking me just to come to join you, and Dina, and we're going to continue.
Living translator.
Yes, yes, with a translator, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Oh, just I'm gonna give this to you.
Це цьому чоловіку, стоп.
Та, я знаю, я телефон візьму. Я візьму телефон. So you can see this is the net, and right now we are doing it. It's different shades of green because it's going to the south because we already have spring. So the color depends on the surrounding, on the weather, on the region of Ukraine. So we just started yesterday.
And how long does this take to complete?
It depends on how many people are going to do it. If the people, well, because people, are working. Yeah, for example, if we are going to have 10 people, we can finish it in 2 days, for example, because this one is huge. I think it's 14 meters and 10 meters, something approximately.
Are these anti-drone as well, or are they just camouflage?
Yes, camouflage. But guys were telling us that some nets, they use it like the anti-drones because they just are going to fly and they the nets keeps the drones from coming inside this under the ground. So we can say that we have both functions. This is Lena.
Yeah.
Yes, Lena.
Добрий день.
Lena is doing it for 2 years already, starting from February 25th, 25 лютого, 2 роки тому. First, they use the school hall to do it, but then the production, they expand the production right now. We haven't we can do more nets here and more people are involved. So, and we are all, like I told you, a huge family. We are doing it every day. And we are keeping, we are speaking. It's like some kind of
all day, every day.
Yeah, it's some kind also like psychological therapy. We are discussing, we are laughing. Well, even though we are having war right now, still humor and our, it helps really. It's really also a weapon. Humor is a weapon.
And you're also together for each other.
Of course,
and you
absolutely.
can support each other.
It really helped me absolutely. When I got to know Lena and the girls and the guys, it really helped me because I was a bit like it was difficult. It was difficult for me to realize that I have nowhere to return, that I used to have home, but right now, everything is ruined again because it happened to me already in 2014, and then 8 years after that. But still, I don't want to think about it because here, a new life we're having, yes. And you can also, yes, film the process.
Ти нічого плохого не розказала про мене?
Ні, тільки гарне. Все тільки хороше, да. So we can also use this, like needles for them. We can use it with fingers. Yes, you can, but it depends on how the person will. It's up to the person.
I would
to
imagine
decide.
every net is unique.
Of course.
The pattern.
Yeah. And even if you try to, somehow to make something the same, no.
Do you get special requests? Do you get photos of the areas that you get nets for?
Yes, we have photos, but just pieces of, for example, for us not to see the location,
Foliage.
you understand? Yeah, something. And then, yes, they say, for example, it should be such a size, the location, and so we use this. You see, previously we used to have them, some usual fabric, but right now it's special material. Yeah. It is called spun. It is light. Then it is, I would say that it's not like when it is raining, for example, or snowing. It is not going to be wet soon. It still is going to be dry for some time. And after that, guys can use it. It won't be that heavy because after the rain, usually the nets made with fabric, it is too heavy. But this one is different.
It dries quicker.
Yes, it dries quicker, and we all, every month we also get money to get this stuff. You see,
so you have to pay for these materials, the nets, the fabric.
Yeah.
You've got to fundraise for those as well.
Okay. For example, this fabric, well, this one, it came. Not this one. Some people from Poland, for example, they gave us free of charge. Some things we need to pay for it. If we're talking about this fun bond, you can see you see all this under the net. You can see probably it's the material, all this fun bond of different shades, different colors. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
So, and right now, for example, when it was still winter, we started to buy this green color because, well, unfortunately, it's going to be the third spring already.
Did you do any white ones?
We did some, but not just completely white ones because, well, in the nature we don't have just pure white. We made it with brown with black color because it's a mixture, and especially after these missiles, well, there is part of brown there, so you are not going to have some pure white color in nature. So different shades, different. It depends on the region. It depends on the weather. So, but it's something we need to do all the time because, for example, after all these missiles, it's really well, the material is going to burn soon, and we need to do it again and again. If you see at the board, this is a queue of these nets, and about 90.
It's a full list.
Yes, a full list. Yes, and for example, some guys they just put them in this list and then already in the back of the list at the same time because they know that, for example, these nets are going to burn soon, or nobody knows what's going to happen. This is, so we are doing, but it really helps. I was watching the video and the drone. Well, it's impossible for him to realize that it is not just a piece of nature, but there is something under it. It's really, it's great. I was underestimating this nets previously because when I was not involved here, I thought that, well, it can be one color, but now this one really looks like trees, ground, some natural environment. So it really was great. It's great, and our guys, our soldiers, they're so happy with it, and they're thankful to us all the time. And when when, for example, they can put some text message, well, girls, guys, thank you for the nets, they're absolutely fantastic, and this makes us feel so warm inside that we're doing the right thing and that we're all united. It really helps. It gives you strength to go on, because sometimes there are days when you feel that you're so tired, that even almost desperate, but then you got this message, well, thank you for your work, and well, you all at the same time you feel that you're filled with energy, and you come again here and you again doing again. So,
and that, I think, international volunteers as well can sympathize with that. And this is why we need this communication and the reinforcement that we're all doing the right thing. We're all on the right side of history, and what would you have done in 1939? What would you have done with the genocide of the Jews, with the rise of fascism in Europe? And I think we're on the side of freedom. We're on the side of Ukraine. And can you just explain what these guys are doing?
These guys are cutting the fabric. You see, we are going to use it in our nets because this is a shade of green, and I think it's really good. We can use it in our net there. You see, it's the different shades because this is the span I was telling you about. So this is fabric. It comes from second-hand, whatever. People bring it here, and guys are cutting it and adjust it to the size of our net. And right now, after that, we are going to use it. So you see how many volunteers we have.
So you guys, I take it you guys haven't been here all day. You've been in school.
Well, these guys, they are students in this spiritual school, so they also came to help us here.
Yeah.
Students.
So that the schools have gone back now in last September, I think, we work with the Catholic University in Lviv. I spent many months there with them, with the volunteer center there in Lviv with the students, and a lot of the students were volunteering. Even though they could go home, they stayed at the university and they were volunteering. But the classes restarted then in September. Across the country, and some normality for
because,
students.
Students and pupils need to study. So these guys also they study in some kind of Catholic, also university seminary. So they're helping us.
Yes, fantastic job.
Yeah.
And why are you volunteering, guys? Why are you not playing computer games? Whether PlayStation or Xbox or. This is work. You're not getting paid.
Oh.
Very fast
Ending of war.
our country.
So you heard everything you see.
You see the work ethic
We have
there.
the common goal. All of us have the common goal. Students, grown-ups, little children who are selling these bracelets, who also raising money in the streets, because we have this common goal, and so that is why we are all here. Because, well, after that we are going to play computer games and maybe do something else, but right now. So you see such a wonderful company here, yes. That is why.
And it's such a wide range of ages.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And I said the whole community, so not just refugees. You've got people from the west and from the east, all working together here for the common good.
Yeah, it's good because we used to have some stereotypes, I think, because for example I'm from Lugansk and it is in the east, far in the east, and here I think the distance is more than 1,000 kilometers between Frankivsk and Lugansk, and the culture is different, the traditions are different, because Frankivsk is also under the influence of Poland a little bit, and also Hungary, because geographically it is like that,
and history
yes,
as well.
history, but right now, and I really, because I'm a philologist and I absolutely like the language and all these different words, how they came from one language to another. It's really good, and I'm grateful for here because, well, I can compare, because I don't know. For example, I use this word to call something, and they here use a different word, and it's really great for me. It's interesting.
So you have in Ukrainian lessons as well.
Yeah,
while you're here.
Yeah, Ukrainian, the lessons of history, and also some psychological therapy, like I told you. It's really great.
Yes.
So, well, wonderful. Right now, I feel myself really, so content, happy, and, well, I'm glad that I'm here, and I really like Frankivsk.
Do you have children?
Yeah, 2 children,
Yeah.
17 and 11.
And they've settled here?
The youngest son, he's in sixth grade, and my eldest son, he's studying in Czech Republic right now.
Okay. And how did they make new friends? How did they deal with their friends, loss of their friends? I mean, it's a big trauma for them.
Yes, it was, my eldest son, he remembered still this starting of war in 2014, because he was 7 years. He still remembers something, but my eldest son, he was only less than 2 years at that time, and that's why this 2022 was the first time for him. And at first, both of them were, psychologically, it was very difficult for him. It was a huge stress, because they had to leave their home, to leave everything, because we just, on the rucksacks, we had to take with us, and no other things, no, anything, no toys, and it was difficult. But then, step by step, we, I think, cope with it. Thanks to, my support I was trying to give them. Then also they went to school, and luckily they found new friends, and also, I wanted to mention the atmosphere here. It's really good that we have mountains here, because in our territory in the east, it's a plain, no any mountains. And here, the energy in the mountains is different. I think it gives some, spirit. It brings you in high spirit just while you're walking there. And my eldest son, he went to the gym, and his trainer, his coach, once invited him to join in the mountains, and when he returned, he said that, well, Mom, I feel so much better right now, and I'm glad that I found these new friends, And after that, he told me that I think that the mountains cured me in a way, you know. And I'm really glad that, well, my younger son, he had a lot of friends here and has a wonderful class here. And right now, like I told you, that he's not using Russian even at home. Well, not any word, you see how it is, how it happens.
Yeah.
But so, yes, like you mentioned, that lady in Ternopil, yes, it's some kind of psychological, it's difficult for you. Well, you even feel sorry that your native
She's from
language.
Kharkiv. She was from
Kharkiv.
Kharkiv. And
Yeah, right now she's in
she,
Ternopil.
well, she was, and I think she's now left Ukraine, unfortunately.
Oh.
But yeah, we were lucky enough to meet her. At a place where volunteers in Ternopil were helping temporarily house people from the east and helping them find jobs in the west or helping them move to other countries, and just everyone working together to try and help everyone in distress. But I do remember vividly picking up in my own vehicle, picking up a lady with 2 children and just a carrier bag, trying to leave Kyiv, and giving them a lift towards Carpathian Mountains. And luckily enough, we went to a petrol station, and there was some other gentlemen that took them on further, because I was heading towards Poland and Lviv, and yes, but no, she had lost her husband, and they had a carrier bag, and this is not a unique story, unfortunately, as you said, and people have been uprooted by this war. I think it's people forget that yes, a lot of military guys, a lot of soldiers have lost their lives, but a lot of civilians have lost their lives, and that number is not known, and I don't think that number will be known until many years after the conflict. And
a lot of territories are invaded right now. We are not able to understand how many people were killed here.
It's awful. It's awful.
It's awful. And for some people who left Ukraine, I know some acquaintances of mine first left Ukraine because the home was ruined, but now in some time they understood that they want to come back. It's difficult to explain. They say because, even for those who are my colleagues who know, for example, English, they still can communicate, but still it's like homesick. It's a feeling of homesick, and they return.
And I know many refugees in Wales, even in Wales, beautiful Wales, where we're from. They don't want to be in Wales.
Yes,
they want to be in Ukraine.
Home is best,
Yes. Yes, it's fantastic. Yeah. Super. So if we can, what else? I see this other piece. So this is again. Is it a?
It's a piece of art.
Piece of art.
Yes,
right.
Yes, because
okay.
this is going to be put in front of our, in the center of Frankivsk.
Okay.
There is Ratusha. I'm sure that you've seen it. There's and it is somehow of a little miniature of this Ratusha that Alena is making.
Okay.
And after that, it is going to be given as a gift to these people who work there, because Ratusha is a museum inside. And so it's going to be inside while it is still spring. But in summer, it's going to be put outside for other people, for everyone to see it. Because you can also use this material, to not only for the nets like for our soldiers, but also pieces of art. So it's great.
And can you explain a little bit about what your group is called? I see there's we've got a logo on the door. And what's it called? It's a ferry.
It is called ferry, camouflage ferry. If to translate it into
camouflage
English,
ferries.
Маскувальні. In Ukrainian, camouflage, we can also use the word маскувати, mask. You know this word already. Masks, seats, they are called, but camouflage is better. But in Ukrainian, this is маскувальні.
Okay.
Ми маскуємо. We are doing this.
So you are the camouflage fairies.
Yes, camouflage fairies. Yes,
yeah.
to be exact.
It's fantastic.
So, and this one of the fairies is put on the door.
Yeah.
And also when you were going there up the stairs, probably you noticed some
noticed,
signs.
yeah.
Yes.
That's the only way I knew where I was going.
Because it's difficult, to get here. When it was my first time. Well, I was moving along the corridor, but then I thought that I was getting lost. I phoned Alena, and she said that, well, no, you should return. You just miss the joy because it's difficult. Yes, we are also like we are camouflaged ourselves, you know. Just, yeah, some
Secret location.
secret. But you know, the first person who come here will for the first time. After that, we're going to have.
And perhaps we can meet Zaluzhny.
Ah, Zaluzhny.
Can we meet Zaluzhny?
Of course. You're welcome.
Now, you might be thinking at home, wow, Zaluzhny here? Yes, he is, but not the one you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can, I say Paul is, I think possibly Paul's already met Zaluzhny. So this is Zaluzhny, and Zaluzhny is a rat. Wow. And why is his name Zaluzhny?
His balls.
Because of that.
Because
His
I'll
balls.
show you his menu.
It's not because he's green or anything, it's because of his
scared.
balls.
That's his menu.
okay. So that's what he eats. He's well fed. He's well fed. And what's rat in Ukrainian? Zaluzhny. What is rat in Ukrainian? Sorry,
You mean like
the name. What do you say? Rat.
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. And what's your name?
Yulia.
Julia. And you volunteer here as well.
Yes.
So you're a camouflage fairy.
Yeah, that's well.
So how does Zaluzhny help? How does he help the?
Actually, it helps to keep our moods better.
Okay.
It's first the reason, and then it's
Donation.
Yes, it's donation. Yeah, it helps us to get any kind of raisings and fundraising.
So
we
you
can-
get a donation, or you send Zaluzhny there.
No, we can take a photo with him.
Okay.
Like he's asking for money, so that's why, and people likes it. So that's why they are likely to donate to him, to his photos.
Excellent. Excellent. So I think we've pretty much covered practically everything you guys do here.
Yes, this is our home for all of us, you see, because well, sometimes when you are even feeling a bit tired, you still you think maybe I'm going to stay at home today, do something, you know, some laundry or something, whatever. But then you think, no, I won't just maybe for 1 hour, maybe for 2 hours. But you know, it's really great. The atmosphere it really helps us to somehow to keep strong, because the war is not over, unfortunately.
And I think we'll post some links to your guys' Facebook so everyone at home can see
even
what
the
you guys
scotch,
are doing.
yes,
Yeah,
have this emblem.
and that's the Facebook, and this is the logo.
Yeah, the
So
logo.
I want to say a big thank you for all the information you've given us. I think I had a cup of coffee somewhere, but it's probably gone cold by now. So
Yeah.
we won't worry too much about that. And we'll catch up with you guys again when we can. And thank you for watching. Do pobачення.